All right, my bad about that. So what's up,
Nah, work.
champ?
What's up, man? How you doing?
How's everything?
It's good, man. It's going good.
Are you on camp right now?
No, no, not in camp. Just going to the gym. Staying active.
Yeah. How many times do you work out? How often do you work out when you're not in camp?
Just I just do my runs in my usual runs in the morning, and then I do my just gym work at from like 11 to like 3 o'clock.
Oh, so you train in the morning then?
Yeah, I train early in the morning.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
the
best
better
time
way
to
to do it.
train.
Yeah, it
That's the
is.
best time to work out.
Yeah,
Because
everyone
then you just feel
has
like energy all day.
yeah, everyone has their times. You know what I mean? Everyone's different.
My job, all we do is we lift. I'm a garbage man in New York City, and
Oh,
it's just like you're going from 6 o'clock in the morning. You're just out the door. You're going, going, going. So I
that's
have
crazy.
energy for the whole day.
Where you? I see you on the west side. Where do you live and train at?
Well,
Cali?
yeah, yeah, in Cali, yeah. Yeah, I grew up in South Almani and I live in Riverside and we're training Bell Gardens now. So it's not too bad.
How long you been in boxing for?
I've been boxing since I was 5.5 years old. Um, Stopped for a minute, stopped for a minute and took a break and played football and then here we are trying to make a fight happen.
Uh,
What?
so the rumor is that Teofimo Lopez, you're going to be the one to welcome him to 140. That's a big
Oh,
opportunity.
yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. That's the
Does
fight
it
that we're
Does it
trying.
look like they're looking for you, or are there other? Do you know if there's other options they're looking at, or
Man, to be honest, I have no idea what's going on with them, man. Yeah, I don't know. From what I hear, it could be a fight that's going to be made. It could be, I don't know, but we're trying. We're trying. It's pretty much on him. We agreed
it's a good
to.
fight. Honestly, it's a better fight than I thought he would pick or his team would pick for him in his first fight at 140 after what happened with Cambosis.
Yeah, man,
It's not a safe fight.
yeah, but you gotta respect the kid.
Of course,
Trying to get back to it, and
from New York. I like him and I like Lomachenko a lot. Like at 135 when they fought, I was rooting for Lomachenko, but like I like both of them, So it's
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
hard. But no, I mean I do respect him, but I think that after he beat Lomachenko, he should have just jumped up to 140.
Yeah, me too. You
They've
know,
been they've been talking about 140 with him since like 2019, since before Nakatani, that he was having trouble making the weight. So I don't know. Money.
Yeah, yeah, man. I don't know. See what happens. We're like I said, we're just waiting on him. Pretty much, and see what he's doing. And I told my manager. I told him like, whatever needs to get done to get this fight done, make it happen.
How did you How did you feel when you first heard about it?
Well, I've been kind of reaching out and trying to get it done because some stuff was said and stuff like that. So when I found out that it could become a reality, I got excited. But then again, like I said, it's up to him. The ball's in his court. It's if the fight doesn't happen, it's on him. It's because of him. It's not because of us or anything like that.
What do
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on him overall as a fighter?
Nah, he's all right. He's talented, but he's a talented fighter. He's strong. But I don't think he has what it takes to beat me. I think I'm the best 140 pounder out there. Taylor might have the belts, but I just haven't been given the opportunity. So opportunity presents itself. I feel like I'm ready.
I think you're in the same boat as right now as Regis Prograis, except he has the loss to Taylor. But I think that there's certain guys in certain divisions that are just being avoided, and they're put on the back burner, you know, and guys are just not giving them the time of day, and that's the unfortunate politics of boxing right now, and that's why boxing doesn't have the same fans as like maybe UFC, because you're not seeing the guys that you want to see fight, or the guys that should be fighting, like the talent level is not fighting each other.
No, yeah, yeah, you said it right. But at the end of the day, man, everyone that's ranked ahead of me has has already got their title shots and they've lost already, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for
Service
mine.
shot.
You know what I mean? So if the title was to come at me right now, I'll take that in a heartbeat over anything. But since I can't get a title shot right now, I want the biggest name and the biggest fight. And I feel like this could be the biggest fight. I think we both need each other. I think he needs me to get back to the top, and I think I need him for his name. On my resume. So I think it works out. It works out perfect.
Do you think that
What up?
do you think that they look at you when, because what I said is that I think that I say you're not a safe fight. Usually in boxing, when a guy loses the way he lost, usually they take a soft touch, and you're anything but. Do you think that they're throwing your name out there as like just to get attention, or are they serious? Have they come to the table at all or anything, or is
I
it just
haven't.
words?
Nah, so far it's just been words. I haven't heard anything. No, I haven't heard no offer. I haven't heard anything like that. It could be just
Mm.
words. I don't know, man. But I hope it's not. I hope they, they back up what they say. They said I was a tune-up. Maybe that's how they look at me.
That's probably how he looked at Cambosis too. And that's why I think he lost that fight, because if the way he came into that fight, he just came into the fight like he was gonna knock him out round one. He abandoned his jab after he got knocked down. He abandoned his jab, and whatever game plan his father had, it turned into. I don't know if you watched the fight and paid attention to the corner. He's just like beat his ass, beat it like. Who he kind of reminds me of? He reminds me of Angel Garcia, his father. And me and Sibbie have talked about it before. It's no disrespect. It's just like I think that your father could only take you so far. Like a lot of father-son coaches, like I personally don't like them
Yeah.
because I feel like there's there's very few where it's like they could take you all like further than, let's say, like a Freddie Roach or like a Robert Garcia, Eddie Reynoso, like the top coaches in boxing right now. I feel like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you've been so good already, and they haven't had to like bring like they haven't had to make a game plan for you all the time because your talent carried them. You know?
Yeah, sir. I get what you're saying. It just, some, there's fighter, son relationships that I mean, fighter father relationships don't work, but some do. I
Yeah,
mean,
you have like Lomachenko and his father. Like
yeah.
that's.
I mean, my pops has been my coach, since I was
Mm,
5.5. He's been doing an amazing job. We grew together. And my dad knows how to humble me. If I ever get out of control. I just think my father has done a really good job with me. And it sucks that fighters like my father, I mean trainers like my father that that train fighters to learn how to throw their first jab and get to where we're at, and get no recognition, opposed to trainers who get made fighters and they get blow up, but it's all right. I'm looking to make my father a world champion and to get him the respect that he deserves as myself. We're out to get our respect.
What are the advantages you think you have over T.O.?
Man, I think everything, man. I got size, I got reach, and people might think he's faster, man, but trust me, man. I brawled my last fights, but I can do it all, man. But I'm gonna go after him, man. If we do fight, I hope he's serious, man, and I hope he, gets his head straight and gets his fight. If he doesn't, then man, let me know and fun.
Do you think any of your past fights that you have any similar style, bring anything that he could bring to the table?
I just think that I've fought, I think like an Alex Salcedo, who was a brawler, and we went at it, man. We had a very tough fight. Unfortunately, he had to retire due to what happened. I think that I find tougher fights and tougher styles in him. But we'll see, man. He thinks I'm a tune up, but we'll see.
And let's say worst case scenario, this fight wasn't to happen. Is there anyone else you got your eyes on?
Yeah, I mean, if this fight doesn't happen, I want to fight, Leon Paro. I know he's ranked number 2 now on WBO. He jumped me. So whatever fight makes sense for me, man. Anybody's ranked in the top, ahead of me, I want to fight them. So I'm trying to get a title shot. That's my goal. So whatever makes sense, man. Whatever makes sense. Whatever. Don't matter who it is at this
Would,
point. I don't give a
would
fuck.
you try to take the WBC route? I'm looking at the rankings right now in front of me on Boxing Scene. So the WBO just ordered a Mando, right?
Yeah.
So they're not going to order another Mando forever. So the WBC, when's the last time they ordered a Mando at 140?
It's been. I think they ordered Cepeda to
They got
for
Cepeda and Ramirez. Like, I
yeah
know, no, Ramirez is fighting Pedraza.
yeah.
And then who's Cepeda fighting?
I think he's the mandatory for Josh Taylor, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I
he,
did
he
hear
did
that.
an eliminator?
Yeah, I think he's the mandatory, but it also depends on Josh Taylor, man. What he's gonna do. It depends on if he's gonna move up or he's gonna stay down. If he stays down, then there's a line waiting for him. You know what I mean? If he moves up and wait and the belts get vacated, then I have a possibility to fight for the WBO because I'm just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Or any belt. I think any belt look nice around my waist, man. So I really don't not. I want any belt.
Stylistically at 140, who you think you match up with the best?
Man, I think everybody that's ranked, on top of me. I think we all have the style. I think that everyone at the 140 top has styles to make great fights, exciting fights. You're
You know
talking
who would be an exciting fight with you?
about anybody, man. My
Subriel
sweetheart.
Matias.
Oh yeah, he's dead. That dude's a
Mm.
good
That
fighter
dude
too.
is
I think me and him will be a bloodbath. I think we'll have a war too. You know what I mean? So like I said, everyone at the top
the
of 140.
Gotti Ward.
They all have exciting styles, and look, Ramirez what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Reg just the way he is. We're all come forward fighters and throw first fighters. So it's gonna be an exciting time once we all start getting together, start clashing.
I could be wrong, but I think Ramirez should go up.
Yeah, I
I think
mean, he's
I think
comfortable.
I think I think he should go. I think that weight cut when he fought Taylor, I think that weight cut hurt him, and that the way he looked, he just didn't look himself
Yeah,
in
but
that fight.
he
I
still.
mean, Josh Taylor might just be that good, but I remember watching Josh Taylor Regis Prograis. I thought Regis Prograis was going to be the one to like either knock out Josh Taylor or beat him, and it was like he was the only one to make Josh Taylor look human. So Josh Taylor can be beat. It's just gonna take someone to do a little bit more than what Prograis did,
Yeah,
and it's a matter of where the
style.
fight takes place. Also,
Yeah, and location, right?
neutral.
Yeah.
Who are some of the fighters, whether past or current, that you like to study?
Everyone. I think now I'm not the only one that says it, but I think a lot of people love to study Lomachenko. No one can copy
Mm.
his style. No one, to be like his style, you gotta have a lot. Your legs gotta be really strong. You gotta have certain, movement in your feet. Terrence Crawford's another great one. Canelo's, the best in the world. And I love Tyson Fury, man. That dude's amazing. I love that dude. One of my favorite
Yeah, me
fights.
too. Speaking of Tyson Fury, he's fighting Dillian White in what is it, April?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Assuming he gets through that fight with ease or whatever, who would you rather see him fight? Would you rather see him fight Usyk or Anthony Joshua, and why?
I think Usyk just because he's a champion, and Tyson Fury I believe is the best heavyweight. So I would like him to see Usyk before Joshua, unless Joshua beats Usyk and Joshua gets the belts, then I'd rather
I
see
don't
that.
think I don't think Joshua beats him. I think the only way Joshua could beat a guy like Usyk is if he fights like a big man. But Fury said it best. He said it before the fight. I also said the same thing. Is that he can't fight like a big man because he gasses out. Like if he doesn't knock you out in the first 4 rounds, he's gassing out, and then it takes him 4 rounds to recover. And during those 4 rounds, I think Usyk might knock him out because Usyk has been getting bigger, and he's kept his speed. That's what surprised me. And Usyk gassed a little bit in that fight. You could tell he wasn't used to the weight yet, but if Usyk starts getting power again, like real power, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury, man, he puts his weight on you. He's a big dude, man. I took pictures with him, and man, that dude is huge.
So, are you a boxer fan outside of when you're outside the ring?
No, not really, man. To be honest, I just have the fighters that I like to watch. My division, I always watch them. It doesn't matter, even if it's like the undercards and I see a few 140s fighting, I'll watch them. But other than that, man, it's just like Tyson, Bud, and Canelo. Just Loma. If I'm not fighting on one of his cards, but those the fighters like that, man. I really love enjoying watching. I like to take a lot of stuff from them. And but other than that, I like the fights this past weekend. I really didn't watch any of them. No disrespect to none of them. I just didn't. I was just busy.
I watched the Thurman fight, and
Yeah, I didn't see any. I just
absolute. I made a meme out of it, and I caught a little bit of shit from his fans, but I thought it was funny. He Mario Barrios, man, his face. You ever see the movie Avatar?
yeah. I seen that.
Rose, bro, was like smashed in. It looked like the dude from Avatar, and I made a meme out of it. And
Yeah, I seen.
I have people on my page and in my inbox like going crazy.
Yeah, his nose was pretty bad. Yeah.
Are there
That
any fights
was really bad.
outside of you that you would like to see with
Man,
the
I
few
would like to.
fighters that you do watch?
I'm excited to see that Spence and Ugas fight. I think a lot of people underestimate Ugas, but I like to see if Spence gets through that one. I like to see Spence and Crawford, man. I mean that's
Definitely.
I'd like to see that. I don't know who's ducking who, man. I know it's probably not Crawford, but I mean who knows? I don't know, man. Who knows what's going on?
And how long do you see yourself being at 140?
As long as it takes to get all the belts, I make it comfortable. I take care of myself. I'm not in no rush to move up. But as long as it takes, man, as long as it takes, I'm here. I'm here at 140. This is where I'm gonna be. It's where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, and it seems like that 135, 140 range is getting hot right now too. Because even the top names at 35 moving up soon. Devin doesn't have that much longer. Tio just moved up, so it's plenty of opportunities there.
Yeah, man, and I'm excited. I'm excited to welcome any of those guys. Any of those guys up to 140. It don't matter to me. They want to see how it is. I'll test them out. It don't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is there So when you fought in the amateurs, where were you fighting in the amateurs at?
I was in South Amani fighting. I stopped boxing for a while. But when I stopped boxing, I had about 70 fights. I was when I was a kid. So I would have kept going, man. I would have ended up with a lot of amateur fights. Who knows, even made Olympic team or something like that. But everything happens for a reason. I feel like, the break I took was a good one, for my body. And, sometimes you see these amateurs that have, these extensive careers, man, they kind of burned out when they turn pro. So I feel like I had a good break, and now I'm back, and I feel like I'm just getting better and better.
And we said break, how long was that?
Man, it was like 7 years.
Oh wow. Did you think
Yeah.
that you were done at one point?
I thought, yeah, I did, because I played football and I loved football. And I got up to 215 pounds. I used to work out a lot, and yeah, so I didn't think I was in a box, but I would always go to the gym to work out, lift weights, and the boxing gym, and then because my dad was still the coach there, so I would go and I would see guys spar, and I'm like, man, these guys ain't good, they were pro, and I was like, man, sometimes I'll be mad for something and I'll spar, and I'll do really good, but my dad was putting me with heavyweights, like guys that were 6'3", 6'4", 220,
Wow.
so I was big dudes, yeah, so it didn't matter to me though, man. I just wanted to fight in the ring, but I fell back in love with it, man, and I just I decided to start training again, and my dad didn't take me serious. He didn't train me for 6 months, because he didn't think I was serious, and then I started showing him that I was losing the muscle, and then we started going at it again.
So I'm assuming you fought at all weights, coming down from 215 to where you're at now.
Oof,
Yeah, and
then
I had about 3 fights at 165. And then
Mm-hmm.
I fought the USA men's nationals. When I made the nationals, I think I was at 54 when I fought there. So I was the smallest guy always. But and then it was the first year we had no headgear as well. So after that, my dad decided to we go pro.
Are there any names in the pros right now that's making noise that you fought in the amateurs?
Nah, man. A lot of the guys that I fought in the amateur, they're not fight. A lot, some are not fighting no more. They were good names, like Frankie Gomez. I remember, I had fought him for a while, a few times. Christopher Avalos. I had fought him when we were kids. All these guys that around this LA area, we all fought. But some are not fighting no more. But nah, man. I really, the guy that beat me, he's not. I don't know. His record is not that great, I guess. But yeah, man. So still looked him up. I seen what So yeah.
So if it was up to you with the names at 140 or around 140, if it was up to you with anybody that signed with, if you can make your next 3 fights, who would it be?
Well, it'll be Tio, Josh Taylor, and then I'll probably say Jose Ramirez. I have so much respect for him. We have the same manager, but I just think that mine and his style will make a great fight. I think with all three of them, and then you could throw Regis in there. It pretty much doesn't matter. I just want the top, the top fighters.
And I heard in an interview on Twitter on Chicken Talk that do you train with Danny Roman or do y'all just have the same manager?
No. We don't have the same manager. We do train at the same gym though. We're there. We see each other every day. It's something that I take stuff from him as well. He's a very good fighter, man. Great fighter. His coach is amazing too, man. So we're there at the gym, man. We get to work, man. We get to work and we have fun while we do it, man. It's just it's Danny Roman, man. That's my dude, and I hope he gets that Fulton fight, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna beat him.
It's a big fight. That's a big fight. I love that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how much do you think that pushes you being in the gym with another top level fighter like him?
It pushes me a lot, man. You know what? Because Danny Roman, he was he had two belts. He had the WBA and the IBF, and I remember I was there when he won the, I think it was the IBF, I think, or WBA, I think, over here. And man, when I seen those belts in person, when he brought them to the gym, man, it just motivated me. It motivated me, man. And I want to get to something like that. I want four. And I know Danny's looking to get his belts back, which he should have got him already a long time ago. They just bullshitting, you know what I mean? I look up to that, man, and it motivates me and it pushes me because Danny's been there and he tells me stuff, the thing that stuck to me, he tells me is like, hey, man, because we train, nonstop, and sometimes you're training really hard, even on your off season, and then Danny told me, he goes, man, watch when you become champion. And he goes, you got to train even harder on your off season because these guys that are going to fight you are training really hard because they want, what you got. So he goes, so just keep that mindset, man. He goes, but just remember, once you get those belts, you're a target. So you're gonna have to push yourself even harder. So he just does everything right, man. He's a person that I really like to get things.
And I also want to get back to the TO. What exactly do you think a win over TO would do for you?
Man, I just think it catapults my name. I think it
That
brings.
puts you in the driver's seat to get a Josh Taylor fight.
Yeah, of course. It'll catapult my
100%.
name. It'll put me in driver's seat for a lot of opportunities. So like I said, if I can't get no title shot, then Teal's the number one thing I want to do. If he doesn't happen, then we look at other options. But he's who I want. He's who I'm waiting for. And if he's serious, then let's get your little checkups you need to get in, and let's do it, man.
I hope he sees this so that we can stir some shit up.
I
I'll show
hope
up
so.
just to get to see the fight, man.
I hope so, man. I don't know why he's fucking touring the world and shit. But he needs to come back, get check himself, and
Needs to mentally shake it off.
Yeah,
That's a hard loss.
something, man.
That's
Look,
a
man.
hard loss to take. Because
Look,
imagine going up so high and then being brought down so much after talking so much shit.
Yeah, I mean, but everyone has problems, man.
No, I get it.
Loss is a
100% I
loss,
get it.
but you gotta fucking fight through shit like that. You know what I mean? And you gotta, if anything, you should be more hungry than you were. That's just the mindset I would have. But everyone's different.
Yeah.
And I know I know fight with you and Tio, of course you see yourself winning. How do you see that ending? Do you see yourself stopping him, a hard fight decision? How do you
No,
see it?
I feel like honestly, I feel like I'll stop him. You know, I feel like I'll stop him. I really have, really confident that I do. But and I think if I don't stop him, I just don't think he'll be the same after. I don't. For that's for sure. But
Triple
we'll
Chico,
see.
bro.
We'll see.
And was there anything in the fight? Did you watch the fight with him and Cambosis?
Yeah, I watched that fight.
Is there anything that you've seen with Cambosis that he did with Tio that you think you could take advantage of? Or do you think you just present a whole new look to him?
Yeah, you know what? I just think that, I just think that, like you guys said, that he overlooked Cambosis. And you know what? Me and Cambosis had some words, man, before he fought Tio. And I seen how
Oh,
hard he was working. Yeah. We talked over the Instagram. And I seen how hard he was working, man. And I even said it on interviews before. I said, hey, man, don't be surprised if Cambosis upsets this dude, man. I seen Cambosis just grinding every single day. And I just think the hard work beat the talent, man. When talent didn't work hard,
Mike
so
Tyson, man.
yeah, so I just think,
Insane.
man, shout out to Cambosis, man. He did his thing. I hate people trying to, like, oh, well, he had this and that. Hey, man, don't fight
Nah,
if you
bro.
like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude's a
give
dog.
Cambosis his due, man. Pay, give him his respect, man. He did his thing.
and other than yourself, how would you rank the other? Well, I know you probably put Josh Taylor at one. How would you rank the other fighters at 140?
Well, I just put Josh Taylor at one because he has the belts, but if we didn't have
Hmm.
no belts, I put myself at one, of course. I put Josh Taylor. Um, I- it's kind of like even for me with Ramirez and Regis. That's very close right there. But it's either like Ramirez, Regis, or you could put Regis, Ramirez. And then I think
Potato.
Cepeda, yeah, Cepeda for sure, 100% is there. But yeah, I
And
think
then
that's the
it's
top five right there.
and then you have Matthias, like Subaru Matthias
Matthias,
right in the out.
yeah, he's there too,
Uh,
man. You can shuffle
I
those
don't
names,
know
man.
how good is Ergashev? I see his name in the rankings, but like I don't really see him fight a lot.
Yeah, no, he's pretty good too, man. Like I said, 140 is
All those
tough.
Eastern Europeans, they're
Yeah,
coming up.
everyone's
The
it's tough.
Uzbek
It's
and
that.
they're from Kazakhstan and
Yeah, that dude too, and a
mm,
strong guy too. Um, like I said, man, they're all pretty. It's like you can shuffle the names, man, and they're all like right there.
it's just a matter of the promoter getting them the fights.
It's just a matter of us clashing,
Uh,
man. It's a matter
mm,
of like either because
Dude
Josh
stepping
Taylor,
up.
man, all like in a line. You know what I mean? If Josh Taylor didn't have all these belts, then there would be a lot more title fights, a lot more exciting fights, going on. But it's kind of like in a line right now, waiting to see what's gonna happen with him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. How long do you think, with or without the Tio fight, how long do you think it is till you get that opportunity when you get a Josh Taylor, or Ramirez, or a Regis, or someone one of those names?
I
I
hope
think you
soon.
can get Regis right
I
now.
hope soon because I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean, look,
I think you
I
can
hope
get
soon,
Regis
man,
right
because
now.
yeah, well,
Say that
he
again.
has a fight coming up, right? Doesn't he have a fight?
Does Regis Prograis have a fight coming up? Who's he fighting?
He fights March 19th against I forgot the guy's name, but he fights on the Sonny Edwards card.
He has a
I'm
fight.
saying, I think if Prograis can't get a title shot and he can't get like Cepeda or Ramirez, like the Ramirez Pedraza winner, I feel like that's a perfect fight because you guys are so close in those WBC rankings. And
No, for
then I'd
sure.
say like then like they set it up like the winner gets Taylor. That would set up a
100%.
lot of drama because then you have
Yeah.
either a rematch or you have you, and it's like they'll flock to that fight.
Yeah, man. Like I said, all these fights, they're all like style perfect fights. They'll be exciting fights for everybody, man. Especially the fans. The fans will be the ones that can win at the end of the day.
So
Yeah.
with you saying you watch the fighters around your weight class, is there any fighter, it could be 135, 40, 47, or however far you see yourself going, that you think to yourself, I want to fight them before I retire?
Man,
It
this
could
is a
it could
lot,
be
man.
multiple names too.
Yeah, man. Like, look, I'm a big Terrence Crawford fan, and to be in a ring with someone like that, I would excite me, and I would
Hmm.
love to do it. someone like him. All the guys at 135, like you said, coming up. Like Haney. That would be a great fight. And yeah, man, just anybody really. But those are exciting fights, man. And I think the division is stacked and is going to be even more stacked right now with these kids at 35 coming up.
And how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. Oh, you look young for your age. I thought you were younger than that.
Nah, 30.
So with yeah, I forgot what I was about to say that fast. Oh yeah, with you fighting with you being a big fan of Crawford, is that someone you see a bit of your style in him, or what is it that make you a big fan of him and Loma and the other fighters you like to watch?
I don't really have a style. I think that I have like a certain fighter from the past or present. I just think that, what my thing is, if I see something that a fighter does, it doesn't matter record or who it is, and if I like it and I try it in the gym and it works for me, I'll use it. I ain't scared to say who it is, but I just think Crawford, man, is just the way he's an overall just a great fighter. He does everything good, inside, outside, movement, everything is just like it's really, really good on him, man. And that's something that I want to be like. I want to have everything right. I don't want to be just great at one thing, boxing or brawling. I want to be just good at everything all around. So that it makes it that much harder for fighters to fight me.
And is there any fighter you think that you have similar mentalities to, like? With you being a Crawford fan, I remember when someone told him in the Porter fight he was down, and that brought a different side of him out. So, is there anyone that you think you have similar mentality to?
I don't know, man. Me, I just have that underdog mentality. Whoever has that, I just feel like I literally started from nothing, man. I really literally had to work my way up to where I'm at. From I remember Top Rank used to have these Unimas cards, back then. And I used to fight on them cards, and I don't even know if there's that many Top Rank fighters that are signed that used to fight on those cards. I know Oscar Valdez is still there, but it's like me and him and pretty much that's it, man. But I started from I don't even think Top Rank thought I was gonna be turn out to be what I am right now. There's still a lot of work to do. We're still excited, we're still going, we're still learning, and we're excited, man.
Do you feel like when people mention top 140 pounders, they don't mention you as much as I know you feel like they should? Do you feel like it's because they either don't know you, or do you feel like they're just sleeping, or they underrate you?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I think they they don't really know me, and a part of that is the social media. I'm not too big on it, and maybe I should be. I start doing
New
dances and
generation.
shit. Right? But I don't know, man. I just think it's a little bit of both, but it's my job, my fist to do the talking, and soon, soon. So like I
Definitely.
said, this a fight that the Teal fight makes sense for me because a win could really catapult my name, like I said, So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully, we could take some
Are
snippets
there
of it
any
to
other?
get it out there.
What's that?
Actually, no, I know Tio's manager. I'll send it to him after this. Ryan Resham.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
do. Tell him we're waiting.
I know him through my partner Crime Faces. So
Yeah, man.
That's
Look. I have nothing but respect for Teal, man. Just his pops is something else, but I think he's a good fighter. But we'll see, man. Hey, I told my managers, hey, man, you know what? Let's do me and Teal main event, and my pops and his pops co-main event, and then see what happens. See if his pops is talking then.
There's I'm
someone
reading
said
this
your pops
comment.
used to
Is
be a
there?
kickboxer.
Yeah. He used to be a pro kickboxer, man. He was like 13-0, and then he decided to. We used to fight in the same cards in the smoker fights, because I was too young to fight on the USA because I wasn't 8 years old yet. So I would fight. I had like 20 or 25 smoker fights and the same cards as him too. Sometimes it was crazy. Yeah.
Are there any fighters in your area, in your gym, or that you know of that you feel like people are sleeping on, like someone we should keep an eye out on?
Man, Danny Roman, man, that we talked to him earlier. I think people are sleeping on him, man. They don't even for some, I don't know for what reason, but I just feel like, man, he's the most slept on fighter. And it's crazy because we're both in the same gym, and we look at each other, man. We both know, so it just pushes us even harder, man. And believe me, man, that he works extremely hard as well, and I think he's the most slept on fighter, man. To be honest, I don't see, why people are sleeping on him the way they are, but man, I think that's him.
And does that give you extra motivation when people don't sleep on you, feel like they don't give you the credit you deserve?
Of course, man. Of course, the gym when me and Danny are training, man. Usually it's just me and him in the gym with like maybe one or two other guys. We have a very private gym. Shout out to Fundamentals, 19 in Bell Gardens. But we're in a private gym, man, and we talk a lot, and we work hard, man. The music's playing and we're just working, and we're motivated, man. We're self motivated. We don't need a big crowd around us or people watching us train. We just do our own thing, man, and it's amazing.
So, do you spar a lot of big names or known names around the area?
Not really, because there's a lot of young fighters coming up that are really really good, really really good sparring as well. You got Ruben Torres. You got a lot of fighters out there, man, that are coming up. Some fighters that people don't even know that are really really good sparring, man. They really push you, So for the next camp, whoever I fight, we're gonna get some big name guys in there, and hopefully have a great camp.
I was asking that because I was gonna say, who are some names that might surprise us that you like to get work from?
Oh man, Ruben Torres is a great sparring. Like I said, man, he's helped me. Luis Feliciano, I know he hasn't fought in a while, but he's another good fighter that I always have in camp with me. Luke Santamaria, who just won, I spar with him as well. Yeah, man, there's good sparring that we get good work in, man. There's a lot of good sparring out here.
And when you're in camp getting ready for a fight, do you watch films on fight, or do you just train, let the coaches handle that, and let them put the game plan together?
Well, it's the coaches do more of the film, the study, but I also, there'll be a day where a week where we all just sit down as a team and we study it, and then we with Don Chewy and my dad, and because I have two trainers, and we're on the same page, and we all just study it, and see the mistakes and see the advantages and see what advantages he can have over us that we need to work on, so it's a team effort, man, team effort. But for most time, my dad's a boxing fanatic, man. He's watching fights all day, every day. It could be a fight that it's on channel, who knows what, man. He's watching it, he loves boxing, so he's
Are there
constant.
any old fighters that your father like really loved, like from the old era, 80s, 70s, that your dad always talked
Well,
about growing up?
I was looking, yeah, well, I was looking at, I watched a lot of highlights, man, and I was watching Sugar Ray the other day. I liked a lot his style. It was crazy, his style. You see,
Facts.
fighters, man, they're
Which one, Leonard or Robinson?
Robinson, and then
Okay.
Robinson,
Oscar
awesome.
De La Hoya, man, in his prime, man, he was amazing, man. His footwork, his speed, and combinations, the way he put them together. He was good too, man. So I watch, here and there. I get picked, like I said, I pick from here and there.
People don't realize with Robinson, like he fought in the era he fought in, like it was still they were mad racist and stuff. So for him to be able to fight, like back then where there was only one belt, and he was fighting the white fighters and stuff, like he lost to Jake LaMotta at middleweight, right? That was like his last. He went from welterweight to middleweight. He lost him and then he fought him again like 3 weeks later.
It's
That's
crazy.
insane. And he had a tune-up in between that.
That is crazy.
Man, nowadays we're still recovering. In the
Bro,
third
back
week.
then they didn't even have the technology. They probably came in there, the bruises were just healing, and they're like, "Let's go."
Yeah, sir. It's crazy,
How
Wow.
man.
long do how long do you like to fight a year? Or how much do you want to fight this year?
Well, this year I want to fight as many times as I can, at least 3 times. But like I said, we're waiting on to see what happens with this one. So hopefully we find out something soon, man. If not, so we can move forward.
Has there been any other names mentioned to you just in case T.O. falls apart?
There hasn't been no names, other names mentioned to us, man, and Tio has just been floating around. So I hope that's the fight that happens next, because I want it. Hopefully he wants it.
Do you ever get a say so? Like, do you ever get to bring up a name and maybe that can be in talks, or maybe that reaches out to the other side?
Sometimes, but for a lot of the times, my manager deals with the stuff. My promoter, deals with it. It's out of my hands. So we hired Rick, so that's his job, and he's doing a good job.
And I see you have a Twitter too. Do you get on Twitter a lot?
Nah, man, like I said, I'm not really too much social media guy, but I gotta start
But
doing it,
Twitter's
man.
where you find the more hardcore fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta
I was
start
on
going on there more.
one of one of my guys on there. He interviewed Danny Roman, and I know he would love to have you on. That's why I asked. Just wanted to mention it to you, and that's just more platform for you to get more people to be familiar with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Tell them, I would love to, man. It's an honor for people to want to interview me, man, and I appreciate it.
It's called Chicken Talk. I'm gonna reach out to him and
Yeah, yeah,
ask him to have you
yeah,
on.
yeah. Danny was on there, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yesterday.
yeah, I would love to, man. So tell him, let's set it up and let's get it going.
All right, Jimmy, did you have any more questions? Anything else to say to him?
No, we're good, man. I want to see that Tiafimo fight, and I'll talk to Ryan, and
Definitely.
I'll see if I can light a fire.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Even if it's in New York, man, I don't care. I mean, like I said, like I told ESPN, I was like, man, I don't care if it's in his living room, man. His dad is a judge and his mom's a ref, or vice versa. I don't care. Just want to fight.
It'd be a good
No,
fight.
Yeah, hopefully it gets done.
I just wanted to ask before you go up, you could do one favor for me and give a shout out to SibbieBoxing.
Hey, man, give a big shout out to SibbieBoxing. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, I can get back on it, when we have more news, man. So I appreciate you guys.
All right,
Definitely
man.
appreciate you. We'll keep in touch.
Sir. Thank you.
I
Have a good one,
appreciate you.
champ.